Welcome into SportBet Extra. I'm your host, Paul Rami, here every Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central. We are here. We got you for 30 minutes. It is August 27th, 2026. It's a great day. It's a Thursday. We are almost ready for college football week zero in about 2 days. I cannot wait for this Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun getting to watch some college football, finally getting that back. And we've talked about it. We talked about the Big 12, the SEC, the Big 10, the ACC. We broke down each one of those last week, and that was a lot of fun that we had. So definitely excited for college football to be back. MLB has been fun. We like MLB, a lot of fun analytics and stuff to watch and to look at, to bet these games. But, it's football, basketball, though, that's what we love to bet. MLB keeps us busy during the summer. But again, it's all about football and basketball over here. So welcome in. Again, we'll recap yesterday's plays. We did have a best bet easy winner there. Phillies win 6-0. We had Phillies money line minus 120. We talked about that game. Excuse me. We broke it down here on the show and just got in at a I think a decent number there, minus 120. You can never really complain whenever you get an easy winner at a minus 120 price, right? That felt like it should have been a minus 200 type of number, but you get some sort of a little discount on it. Almost it feels like when it's a winner like that. So Phillies money line wins. We did have two losses though yesterday on the other plays. Unfortunately, just couldn't get it done. Astros first five money line. That one was no good. They couldn't get it done there against the Yankees early enough. And then also Guardians first five minus a half. That one was no good either. Guardians decided to not do anything until the eighth and ninth inning. So we ended up losing those two there. So, we're going to be making a lot of adjustments here soon and kind of in everything as far as the books that we're using, the odds we're taking, the type of bets, the number of bets. There's a lot of changes that we're going to make, especially just to end the MLB season and as football is going on. Right, there's a lot of ways we've got to kind of pivot to how we bet. Um, you know, 3 bets a day. Again, that's pretty standard. We're not forcing anything. There's a lot more. There's plenty of other leans, things like that we could have been on, but we weren't. We may just get it down to one single bet per day, maybe two there, just kind of moving forward until we get really football going in action in full swing. So we'll see. We'll again kind of continue to look at that. The books, right? So I'm sure a lot of you are aware Novig has gotten rid of American odds format. It's only a matter of time before ProfitX does as well. Kalshi has already done it. Polymarket's already been that way. So a lot of these prediction markets now are being forced to shift and get rid of those American odds format because they're mimicking too much of a sports book. That's kind of the way they've been getting around things. But the CFTC said no more. So by August 31st, all those prediction markets will be no longer using American odds. Now, I've seen there's some either extensions or calculators, things like that, that you can use to get on Novig and add those in. But that's something I'm not really looking to want to do. I'm so used to American odds. I can, I'll start getting more into the percentages and understanding them a little bit better and maybe playing those. But there may be a way we just get back to either going to Bet Online, Bet US, the old school offshore books. Those had worked before and they'll continue to always be working. I mean, looking at the odds this morning for our best bet, we were actually getting a better number on BetUS. We locked that in on Novig at a minus 108 number. Um, and looking at, again, that was right before it changed to percentages uh, last night. So we got that in at a minus 108. And looking at Bet Online, it was a minus 108. BetUS was a minus 107. And then DraftKings predictions is awful on those odds. I mean, the minus 108 was only going to pay back 200, so there wasn't a true minus 108 number there. That was more like a minus 115, somewhere around that range. Looking at Fanatics, their market as well, similar, not paying back. Again, Kalshi Poly market are a little behind as well with their numbers, not the best. That's kind of been the way, except for futures. They have better odds for futures, which is where I'll continue to look at for any of the futures plays. But we're gonna probably make some changes and switch over to some other books and hop off of Novig and ProfitX moving forward, and that's just the way it's going to work. So, looking at today's games, let's just start looking at today's games here. Royals, Blue Jays. Again, that's the one we're going to be on for the best bet. Royals money line minus 108. Noah Cameron, Spencer Arrighetti. I was initially leaning towards Toronto, right? But I'm just not trusting Arrighetti with the lineup, and then also with the amount of relief pitchers used yesterday for the Blue Jays. They're going to need relief. They don't have their closer, probably not going to be available. Royals should be fine. Noah Cameron could take them a decent amount of innings. Spencer Arrighetti, like I said, on the other hand, he could as well, but also could have some issues. So, looking at both of them, Noah Cameron on the season, 8-8, 4.02 ERA, and then looking at what he's done recently, like against, let's pull it up here, against Detroit, 2 strikeouts, but only 2 hits. I mean, he went 5 innings there. The game before that, on the road against the Angels, went the full 9 innings. Threw 115 pitches for 8 strikeouts. Before that, at the Dodgers, same thing, 101 pitches, 6 hits, 4 runs, only went 5.2 innings there, 2 strikeouts. Again, that's against the Dodgers. We understand that's not the easiest. Before that, though, his pitch count is up near the hundreds, averaging. Last game was the first one in a while where he did not reach 90. So he's capable of going deep into games, and he'll give you 7 strikeouts, 9 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts. I expect a bounce back performance by him today, by the lefty. And looking at what he's done versus lefties, a 274 batting average, versus righties, a 223. On the road, he is better with a 3.33 ERA compared to his home split there. So he's got a great swinging strike percentage, right? His fastball could be a little bit better, but it works. Against this lineup, there's been a few guys that have seen him. The Vladimir Guerrero, 5 at-bats with only 1 hit, so he's batting 200. George Springer, 3 at-bats, 1 hit, 333. And then Miles Straw, 5 at-bats, 1 hit as well with only a 200 batting average. Only two other guys, Alejandro Kirk and Ernie Clement, they have seen him, and they both have not gotten a hit. So he's having success against this Blue Jays roster. And that's what you like, is seeing that. And then also just the Royals, they've had that nice win streak before that loss yesterday. And again, I just expect the pitching to be better today and the bats to get back to where they were during that win streak that they were having. Looking at the other side, Spencer Arrighetti. Again, the good old Astro getting traded 7-6 on the season, 4.73 ERA. Getting a Dalton Varsho for Spencer Arrighetti there. So now we look at what he's been doing. Right now, it's a little bit different because on the season, right, you've got from when he was with the Astros, now here with the Blue Jays. So it's kind of tough to really see. I mean, we can go off of what he's done, but you can't really look at his home and away ERA. That's going to be completely out the window. Um, since his last few games, he played a couple in minor league there in his rehab. He went a few innings in both. At the Yankees last game on the 21st, 6 days ago, 4 strikeouts, 3 hits, 3 runs with 2 walks there. Only went 3 innings. he's not going deep into games. I mean, he's reached 6 innings, but that's it. He's not going further than that. I was with the Astros. He's gonna need to go deeper today, especially with the relief pitchers that they used yesterday. And I don't see that happening. If he gets into trouble early, then the Blue Jays are going to be in trouble with their pitching throughout the rest of the game. Versus lefties, he's had a 231 batting average. Versus righties, a 197 there. And then looking at what he's done against this projected lineup, the 333 batting average against Carter Jensen, Bobby Witt 500. You've got another one, Kyle Isbell with 500. Joe Caglianone 333 batting average. Vinny Pasquantino 1,000 batting average off that, obviously just one at bat there with one hit. So these guys, even though they're not seeing him very often, right? Three at bats, four at bats, three at bats, they're hitting him. They're getting plenty of hits off Arrighetti. That's what I expect is that to continue today, to get them back in the win column there, and just cause some issues with the Blue Jays and have them forced to go to the bullpen early, which they're not going to want to do. I'm going to go Royals on the full game money line there, minus 108. That's going to be today's best bet there. Again, that was locked in on Novig last night. You can still get the same as well on Bet Online, BetUS. Those guys are still offering those pretty good prices as well. So let's transition over, see what other games, and see what we can find. See what we can find. Looking at, we got the Rockies Nationals. That one is already underway. Of course, you got Jake Irvin, Gabriel Hughes, those two going. The over under was 9.5 there pregame. Currently 0-0, top of the first, two outs, runner on first and second there. Orioles, Cardinals, Trevor Rogers, Cade Winquist is the primary pitcher. Probably pass on that. Yankees, Astros. Looks like a lot of rain in the forecast. You got Garrett Cole against Hayden Wesneski. That's going to be a fun matchup there to watch. But with the rain, I don't know if we want to get involved. This may be a delay. There may be some issues. So we'll probably just pass on that game. Brewers, Mets, you got Jake Mizrowski, Sean Manaea. I mean, two solid pitchers. There's some rain in the forecast there as well. That one's there in New York for the Mets. So not a lot of games. Later, we've got the Dodgers and the Braves again, and then you've got the Diamondbacks and the Giants. Giants starting Landon Roop today. Decided to start him today rather than yesterday when he was supposed to be starting. I went with Logan Webb. So really, with only what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 games today. One already underway. Only 6 more to go. We've got one bet locked in on the other. Let's just see if we can find maybe one more spot that we really, really enjoy and maybe give that one out as the play. Maybe just 2 plays today. Looking at the Brewers, Mets, Mizorowski, Sean Manaea, the righty versus the lefty. Mizorowski, we were on last game. Currently 13-5, 1.68 ERA. Very solid. One of the best right now in the MLB. So let's look at what is going on for today. I believe no, that's the game we were not on. That's right. We talked about that game. We were not on. That was against the Braves. Talked about the under there, that 5.5, how that was such a low total. We didn't take it, but it is what it is. In that game, he went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, 6 strikeouts, only 2 walks there. So, for him, average performance. He's had better 15 strikeouts, 10, 11, 12, 10, 9. That's what he does. 6 strikeouts is pretty low for where he's been. Looking at what he's doing today, again, versus lefties, 117 on the season, versus righties, 196. Near the top in all categories, fastball especially, swinging strikes, just all over around, very solid pitcher. Versus today's lineup, it's kind of it gives you some pause, right? Francisco Lindor, 4 at bats, 2 hits on him. He's batting 500. Bo Bichette on the one at bat, he got a hit off of him. Same with Francisco Alvarez, one at bat, he got a hit off of him. Looking at Jared Young, two at bats, one hit, so he's batting 500. No one else has got anything besides that. So not a lot. The most Francisco Lindor was four at bats. Other than that, Brett Beatty only three at bats, and then everyone else 2-1-0. So there's not a lot to go off of besides that one really game that he had against his team. So again, what's the takeaway from that? Not really sure. That game that he had against the Mets, that was a home game. He went 4 innings there, allowed 4 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. So I, I I'd assume he's gonna have the same, if not better, type of performance. If I were a props guy, I would probably be on the over on the strikeouts. Uh, if it's around a 6 or a 7 number, something like that, again, I would probably lean towards an over. Let's just pull it up because now I'm curious. Now I want to know what type of odds are we getting for strikeouts here from Mizrowski. So I'll hop on over to Novig just to look because it's a lot easier to get on there and scroll through and see what we can find. Pitcher props, Mizorowski, strikeouts, over 8.5. Juice to the over. Yeah, that's not where we'd want to be. Over 7.5. Too much juice on that one as well. I mean, that's almost a one minus 150 price. Actually, even yeah, about a minus 150. So not anything we'd really like to be on. Actually worse than a minus 150. So we're just gonna pass on that one. Mizrowski. Shamanaya, 4.5 is his props for over and under strikeouts. Probably not gonna be on that one either, but we'll look to continue. Maybe Mizrowski, maybe outs recorded. That might be a solid one, right? 17.5. So you're asking him to go, what is that, 6 innings? If he can complete 6 innings, that's a winner there, but way too much. I don't know. I mean, you're asking to go 6 innings. It's possible. But at a minus 150 price, somewhere around that range, it's just not worth it. Hits allowed could be better, 3.5. A little bit juice to the over 3.5. I'd be on the under. There's nothing there. So I don't know if we're going to be on it. Probably not any props. Again, I've talked about we're not big on props, so we'll stay off of that. Not anything we're going to force. Definitely not liking any of those. Let's look at Sean Mania. Maybe there's something there we can find. Let's pull up also on DraftKings predictions. See what kind of numbers we can get on there. Again, they still have American odds. We'll see when that's going to change. I'm sure that'll change as well using their prediction platform. For the pitcher, what kind of props do they have? Strikeouts, yeah, same thing. 8 plus minus 178. 9 plus is plus 100. So you're getting even money on 9 plus strikeouts from Mizrowski. Not too bad. Not too bad. Brewers, the favorite, minus 194 on the money line. Mets plus 178 full game. Shaman Naya, let's see what's going on. He did not factor in that decision on Friday against the White Sox last week. That was on the 21st. 5 hits, 4 runs, 4 earned runs, and 4 strikeouts. Walks were not too bad. I mean, 2 walks there. He's had worse performances. Uh, White Sox are a team that can hit a little bit better. Obviously, that one game he had a very great performance was against the Pirates, 11 strikeouts. That was only a few back in August 9th last week or a week before that, a few weeks ago. What he's done versus lefties versus righties, 231 versus lefties, 266 versus righties there. Almost identical ERA, home and away. Brewers, though, don't have really I'd say the best hitting. They've got some solid hitting. Churio, 3 at bats, 333 batting average there. Bryce Terang, well, I mean that's pretty solid. 3 at bats, he's gotten a hit every single time. And Contreras, 375 batting average, as well as Gary Sanchez with a 375. Yeah, I think I would be on the Brewers if I were to be on any game. Now, Mania could go semi deep into this game. I mean, he's very capable of going 6 innings, 7 innings. I don't know if I would want to be on anything on a first five. That would give me some pause, just because he's capable of having a good game and stretching pretty deep. So I don't know if we're going to be on anything like that. Looking at his numbers again, we know the performance is there. If we can find something maybe like a Brewers -1.5 for the full game run line, that's even money. That's not really worth it either. That you're asking them to win by two, but we will typically take something like that if we are going to take a 1.5. It's going to be on a team that is on the road. That's typically what we'll do. Not going to lay the -194 money line. That's just too much juice. So we pass on that one. Let's look at the first five just to see, anyways. First 5 innings, Brewers -194 there on the money line. Run line -0.5, -122. That's again a little bit too much juice for -0.5 against what Mania is capable of doing. So we're going to pass on those. If anything, we would be on Brewers -1.5, but it doesn't look like we're going to be getting involved with this game here today. So let's get into one more. We've got time for one more to break down. Again, only 6, 7 games was it for today's slate? Not a lot. So let's just get right into another one. Let's go to Dodgers, Braves, Yamamoto, Chris Sale. What a great game last night too. Uh, Dodgers, man, they tried to make that comeback against the Braves, and the Braves just didn't let it happen. So are the Braves going to sweep the Dodgers? Possible. It's possible for the series, but I don't know if it's going to happen. So let's just look and see if there's anything we can find for today. Losing 5-6 yesterday, losing 4-3 the day before. Can they get that win today, the Dodgers, with Yamamoto on the bump? Let's see here against the Pirates, what he had: 9 strikeouts, 5 hits, 2 runs. He's his pitch count is high as well. He's getting up to the hundreds, right? 107 last game in only 6 innings. That's a lot of pitches in only 6 innings. Before that, 6 innings as well, 97 pitches, 9 strikeouts. Is great. So his strikeouts are up there. He's going deep into games, can give you 6, 7, 8 innings and without an issue. He's gone 9 against the Yankees there on the road when he threw for 7 strikeouts. So it's possible Yamamoto goes deep in this game. Versus lefties, a 180. Versus righties, a 195. Away, he's a 1.99 ERA, much better than he is at home with the 3.12. So this one here, again, on the road against the Braves, could be a good spot. Could be a good spot. What he's done against the Braves, there's not a lot to go off of. Michael Harris, 3 at-bats, 333 batting average. Same with Austin Riley. Sean Murphy, 4 at-bats with 1 hit. Mike Yastrzemski, 6 at-bats, 1 hit. Each guy that he has faced only has 1 hit on him. So look, total at-bats for the projected lineup for the Braves. You've got 12, 14, 18, about, what is that? 3, 6, 7, 8, 14, 7, 21 at-bats, 8 strikeouts. That's pretty solid, with only 4 hits against this Braves lineup, this projected starting lineup. That's some solid numbers. This may be one of those. I'm not even gonna think about taking an under because I already know there's gonna be too much juice to the under on this game. Let's pull up DraftKings predictions. Again, that's just gonna be quicker so we can see some of the odds, the American odds. Let's see what that number is. 6.5. Yeah, we knew it'd be super low. It's no 5.5, but a 6.5. -108 is not too bad though, because it's not like we're getting 5.5 number for this one. That might be one that's intriguing. If we look at maybe the first 5 innings, I'm assuming that's going to be a three, 3.5. 3.5 there under, well, juice to the under, minus 138. That's a little bit more than what we'd be willing to take there. So we probably look at the full game there. Looking at Chris Sale, 12 and 9, 2.2 ERA on the season. Again, that last game he had against the Brewers, 94 pitches, won 6 innings. He allowed 8 hits, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts, and then that was it. Right, there was no other runs scored for that game. I think it ended 2-1. Versus lefties, he's been 244 batting average. Versus righties, at 216. We know this Dodgers lineup, they're very potent, very capable of getting runs, especially, I mean, your first four guys, right? Otani, Betts, Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez, Kyle Tucker, whoever's there in those first four spots, uh, they're very capable of getting hits. That's the thing about the Dodgers, man. They're just so dangerous right away. Even like if you're into Nerfies, it's just so dangerous with the Dodgers, with these hitters that they've got. I would lean Dodgers this game. A plus 108 number, though, God, that's fishy. You're getting the Dodgers at a plus 108 number. That should give you some pause as to why. I mean, obviously they've lost 2 games there against the Braves. Are they going to get swept by them? I mean, probably not, but I don't know. That that's something that is a little bit concerning there. So probably not going to be on this one either. I would lean, of course, Dodgers here just because of that number. It's so nice, a plus 108. But I would definitely be careful on that one. There's a reason it's a plus 108. There's a reason the Braves are favored here in this spot. So that should make you think a little, rather than just jumping on the plus money number, being like, oh yeah, I'm getting Dodgers at this number. No, I would just kind of maybe sit back a little bit and reconsider. And that's the thing. There's more things we'll dive into for this game, so we're not going to give out a play on that one. If we do, it may come out later again on the other platforms that we provide picks. So that's all we've got time for. We only got through 3 games today. Again, small slate. We're going to move forward and figure out how we're going to start betting. If we're going to go bet US, bet online, these offshore books, or we're going to stick with ProfitX, no vig, and get used to these percentage formats. We'll have to just kind of figure that out and see as the days progress which one tends to give us better odds and where we have a slight little advantage or an edge, because you definitely need it if you're going to be making any money in the sports betting space. So that's all we've got time for today. Best bet, Royals money line minus 108. That's today's best bet, play of the day, whatever you want to call it. Go follow me on X and YouTube at the Paul Rami. Get the rest of the plays on Winnable, Tails, Juice Reel. All my plays are there. You can see them all. I will see you guys tomorrow on Friday. Have a good one.